Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful Friday morning we have here. It is quite amazing. I know fall is still 3 weeks out, but I'll tell you there was a little bit of fall in the air this morning. It was a little bit chilly, and the grass was damp. But it was a beautiful morning, and we expect to have an absolutely gorgeous day. First thing I want to talk to you about is the fact that we're going to be doing our very last movie in the park tonight at Stewart Park. That will start around dusk, so it'll be somewhere around 8:30. It's Ralph Breaks the Internet, and that's going to be sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union. So again, come on over to the park tonight. As I looked at the forecast, it looks like as we get started, it's going to be in the low 70s. It might drop into the mid to low 60s by the time it's done, so you may want to bring a jacket. Interestingly enough, but it should be a beautiful time. So come on out and let's enjoy that last experience with the City of Chubbuck and Idaho Central Credit Union to watch movies in the park. Also, tomorrow at the Greek Orthodox Church, and that's 518 North 5th, they're having the Greek Festival. Come on out and experience that. You get to experience some Greek food and the Greek culture. I've had the opportunity to experience that for a couple of years now, and I've been asked to help again to serve at that event. And so I believe that the hours, if I remember this morning, I read in the paper, I believe it's 11 to 8 o'clock. And so come on over to the Greek Orthodox Church and have a sweet experience there tomorrow. Saturday, I want you to put this on your calendar, Saturday, September 14th, from 10 to 2 o'clock at Cotant Park, we're going to have a suicide prevention event. This will be a first for our city. They've been in the area, but this will be the first time that this has happened in the city of Chubbuck. It's actually a fundraiser. They're going to have several things that they'll be doing over there, but at 10 o'clock we'll read a proclamation and do some educating, as well as hopefully raise some funds to help with this getting the word out as far as suicide prevention. This is truly a challenge and a problem in society and truly in our community. So come on over to Cotant Park. Again, that'll be Saturday, September 14th, and it'll start at 10 o'clock in the morning. This coming week, Wednesday, August 28th, I will be attending a broadband meeting with this broadband fiber task force that the governor's put together. This will be up in northern Idaho. It's been wonderful to see the work that's gone on so far. At this point, we've been broken up into 7 subcommittees, and we've been working real hard over the last month to put together some information that we'll be coordinating and putting together at this meeting on Wednesday. And that should be our final meeting in preparation for meeting with the governor next month during September to give him our findings and suggestions for what can happen. And it's truly, there are a lot of good people who've been working really hard at this. I'm grateful for those in this community who have reached out to me with some wonderful suggestions. They've put me in touch with people who have great technical information and understand how these things work. And I think we're going to be able to put together some really good things to make suggestions to our governor to appropriately provide those services in the state of Idaho. That by far and away the biggest challenge we have is to get it into the rural areas, and there's some really good minds out there working to see what can happen to make that happen just as quickly as possible. You know, it's interesting because it really is, as you look back in history, there was a day when we didn't have power into homes and telephone into homes, and they had the same kind of challenges. And as people came together, they came with great ideas and were able to provide that for all communities. So again, this is very similar, and I see some good things happening to make that happen. There are some huge challenges, and hopefully we'll be able to come up with some good suggestions for our good governor. I've had several people ask me what is happening over at Cotant Park on the south end of the new parking lot. There's been some curb and gutter poured, and so I've looked into that. I didn't know for sure exactly what was happening there either, and I found out that we're putting in a new picnic area. Going to have a couple of nice picnic tables with some grass area and some plantings, and that's going to take a little while to put in, but that'll be a real nice addition to that park. I've had several people ask again about what we plan to do there for any kind of playground equipment, and my understanding is that will happen eventually, but it'll actually happen on the other side of the park, over on the Teton area of the park. And so look for that to happen later on too. And then I just wanted to make a couple of quick comments about what was on the front page of the paper this morning about a lake in the city of Chubbuck. This is something that has been brought in as a suggestion from one of our developers. And as we have taken some information at the city council level, we're reaching out to many to get some information put together to see if this is something that would be viable for our community. I've had a good experience as I've reached out to other cities that have lake amenities in their city, and what that brings to them and what the challenges are as well as the benefits. I've also reached out to our risk manager as far as our insurance is concerned, and they don't have any particular concerns with it. As a matter of fact, they tell me that they've seen that work very, very well in a lot of communities. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes together. It's going to be a ways down the road. They're talking about putting that in their second phase, which would happen in 2021 at the earliest. And so, but we are doing our due diligence to make sure that it's an appropriate use of water and that we'll be able to take care of it appropriately. The Fish and Game has already expressed interest in, if we desire, that they'd stock it with fish. So it's got some real potential. So keep your eye on that. I know that as a staff and as the council and as a mayor, we'll make sure that we do our due diligence to see if this happens, it happens in a way that will truly benefit our community. Grateful to be with you, and see you again next week.